Okay. Yes. Good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So, today we are here to take up a broad discussion of CAPF test series at AVKS Academy. We will be discussing about the paper 2. Okay. So this is our broad agenda for today. And before I take the question paper, let me take you into the deep of the roots of paper 2. Okay. So like, what are the areas that are involved or covered in paper 2? We have essay. Okay, we have arguments, black pen, arguments, reports, precise, comprehension, and grammar. Okay. So as you people are aware that these are the broad areas to be covered. All of you are English medium only? Okay, I can continue in English. Okay. So paper 2 completely covers how many marks? How many marks? 200 marks. Essay? 80 marks. Argument? Report? 20 marks. Precise? Grammar and comprehension? This is altogether the English section. Yes? This is the English section. So this together may cover the rest of the score. Ante 80 plus 40, 120 plus 20, how much? 140 marks. And remaining are 60 marks. So this idea is coming very clear to all of you. What are the areas that are still mentioned? Okay. One more thing. Whenever we write an essay, how do you write an essay? Any broad idea or knowledge about how to present an essay? You begin with a quote. Inka? Okay. Inka? Anything else? Multiple dimensions. Okay. Inka? Why you are being asked to write an essay? Entering into the assistant command and post, you know? AC. Why are you asked to write an essay? Or why you should write an essay? For marks? For clearing CAPF exam? Okay, good. Inka. What is the examiner expecting from you when he asks you to write an essay? The examiner is an opinion to know your descriptive skill. Yes or no? In your morning session, that is in your paper 1, you would have covered about the objective part. While second session, that is a paper 2, is all about the descriptive session or the descriptive part. Okay. Now, as you people have only said that essay will have multiple components, and whenever we write an essay, you should be there in a position to cover or to highlight those particular components. Ante, without those components also your essay may be completed. For example, I say a component called a quote, there should be an introduction, there should be a main body, there should be a conclusion. Avuna? So they are the broad pictures or the components that are to be covered as a part of our essay. If you do not cover these components, suppose you skip the main body, or else you skip the conclusion, or else you skip the introduction. Still, it is a complete answer. Clear? You will be addressing how many words? 300 words. You are permitted to write an essay of how many words? 300 words. This is accepted for plus or minus 10%. And your word limit may exceed to 30 marks and decrease to 270 marks. And 330 marks lo kuda you can complete, or else in 270 marks also you can complete your essay. What I am saying is, if you are not highlighting these components, then it would be nothing but an answer. Okay? It would be like an answer, but not an essay. I said essay should definitely have these dimensions covered. Okay. With that, if you can look at in-depth analysis of the same point. For example, right now, we are ongoing with a crisis called Sri Lanka's economic crisis. Avuna? Suppose. Then what kind of a dimension you will cover here? I said, introduction should be there, main body should also be there, conclusion should also be there. How do you cover these three dimensions? First of all, I said you should have a quote. Your quote shall be relevant to what? Sri Lanka? What kind of a quote you will add here? You will do a mistake. Like, many students may address this particular title with a quote representing the India-Sri Lanka relation. Or, they may be writing a quote which does replicate the Sri Lanka's history, like LTTE and others. But these are all the wrong presentations. Address the demand of the title. The demand of the title here says economic crisis. Avuna kada? Yes, it is. So your quote should be something related to economic slowdown or economic recession or inflation. Okay? This kind of a quote is definitely accepted. Because you should not make yourself go away from the title. You should go in accordance with the demand of the title, and not just you, meerokkare vellakunda, meeto paatu, along with you, you should also take the examiner along with you. Yes? So it's like a 300-word essay. If I am an evaluator, what should I feel? What should I feel? Just evaluation? Normal evaluation, will it give you score? It will give you score, but less score. Can you put me best score when you are taking me along with you? I hope the difference is clear. Whenever you write an essay, I should feel that I am also traveling along with you. Okay. How will that make a difference? I mean, between normal essay and connecting essay, connecting, going with the flow, that kind of essay. I want you people to make a special one, make it a unique one, make it an innovative one. That is the demand or need of the hour. Anybody can write 300 words on Sri Lanka crisis. Anybody can write 300 words on increasing the marriage age of a woman. Anybody can write 300 words on Russia-Ukraine crisis. But ultimately, out of the selected or chosen 250,000 members, you should be the one to present your essay in a unique manner. Avuna? How to make it? See, I am saying that, for example, I am taking the similar example here, Sri Lanka's economic crisis if I take. I am saying you people should act according to this particular quotation. After you quote that, a quotation ayipena tarvata, what you will do, you will write an introduction. Okay? Normally, how people will write an introduction? Normally, how the people will write an introduction, or if I ask you, how you write an introduction for this? Okay. See, broadly, if I can take the sample, how people do present an introduction to this. Definitely, students will be writing about the present scenario of Sri Lanka. That is not a wrong approach. The wrong approach asalu kaadu. But what I say, it is a common approach. Are you getting this?
So we can design some notations like forex results. Providing
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm about to say. See, from agriculture to industries, from domestic investments to foreign investments, from China to IMF loans, everywhere doors of Sri Lanka are closed to assist in the ongoing crisis. Just see the difference now. How did I present? From agriculture to industries, from domestic investment to foreign investment, from China to IMF loans. Everywhere doors of Sri Lanka are closed to assist in times of ongoing crisis. Don't you think this is a different one at least? Avuna kada? Yes, obviously it makes certain difference. It makes definitely some difference. So if you are going with the past to present, that is also a good approach. What happened in the past till what is ongoing in Sri Lanka, that is also a good approach. But according to the sample what I have witnessed, nearly 70% of the aspirants go with the similar introduction. The reason being, the facts, the data, the analytics are same, available in the market for each and every one of you. Kuch alag alag to nahi hai. There is nothing different. You won't get a different data on Sri Lanka, and some other person may get a different data on Sri Lanka. So the data and the material availability is one and the same. It is again you who should make a difference, who should make it unique, who should make it innovative. Are you getting this point? For example, let me take up another title for you. For example, see, if I take a title like Lessons from COVID-19. This is another title given as a part of your examination. Okay. Lessons learned from COVID-19. What kind of a presentation you will do here? Okay. First of all, the quotation would be on? Okay. Inkevan raicha quote? 90% of the students will write a quote on COVID or health. Only 10% of the students will write a quote which is philosophical on lessons. Lessons to be learned from the history, lessons to be learned from the past. COVID is a part of history right now. Yes or no? It was existing, it is not existing. And the lessons we will definitely learn from where? From our history, from our drawbacks, from our loopholes. Yes or no? So you can create a quote according to your own convenience. For example, write a quote like this. Write down. Innovation and research. Innovation and research are the major lacuna. Lacuna అంటే కమి, ఏవైతే లేవో లోపాలు, మేజర్ lacuna during the pandemic. Yes or no? During the pandemic. So how we are writing here, see? We are writing, or we are going for one approach where we are falling in the 10% bracket. Avuna? You should always aim for that. You should fall not in the 90% bracket. Rather, you should fall in the 10% bracket, where they are getting selected because they are writing it in a different way. Same content, same approach, but presented in a different way. Clear all of it? Write down the introduction for this. Lessons learned from COVID-19. Done? Only the first 2-3 lines are enough. Yes, Pavan, Chapande. You are writing. Huh. Health infrastructure cannot be? Yes, Rahul. Right, okay. Gnaneshwar, Chapande.
The historic movement captured during 22nd century attributed everyone to be furious shape and
During
the historic movement captured during 21st century and teach everyone to be furious, safe and alive.
Okay, huh. Yes.
The COVID-19 pandemic has shown and harder the normal life of the humans.
Very good. So that is how you need to present. Start writing like this. COVID-19 was a disastrous event. Was a disastrous event of 21st century that witnessed sickness, anarogyam, sickness and death, covering poor to rich, rural to urban, literate to illiterate, employed to unemployed, male to female, and a child to adult, Are you getting this? Clear, everyone? Ante we are also writing the same way only, but I am trying to give a suitable explanation in my introduction where I could cover all the dimensions, all those who have suffered during this pandemic. Nobody were left, yes or no? Rich to poor, male to female, child to adult, each and every gender, each and every section of the society have witnessed the pandemic. Correct or not? So that is how I want you people to present it. And during the presentation, always remember there shall not be any mistakes on your literature, in your grammar, in your spellings, and most importantly, in your content. Okay? So for example, if we are writing an essay on increasing the legal age of marriage for women, it was 18 years, we have raised it to 21 years. Antana? So when we have taken that step, you cannot get this kind of introduction. Ardhamaitunda? You cannot write like from old to young, from male to female, everyone are getting married. According to the demand, according to the situation, you should mold yourself. Clear everyone? That all comes through practice. Okay. Looking at the title chudagane, you should be there in a position to make your pen move. Not in a normal speed, but in a Rajdhani speed. And the speed lo eltene, you should be doing what? Time management. If you give the same paper, essay, argument, report, or comprehension, grammar, everything, and if suppose you are asked to write in one day, each and every one of you can complete the paper. That too in a beautiful lines, beautiful words, excellent quotations. Andaru rastaru. Kani if at all you are asked to write the same in 3 hours, then you will face a difficulty, then you will face a problem. Correct or not? So today all of you have completed your manzil on time, before time. Before time ayipenda? Very good. So that should be the strategy. Okay. So when you look at any title, you should be in a position to address all the dimensions. Okay. Like for example, I said it should cover what? Introduction. It should cover what? Main body. It should cover what? Conclusion. So to make it more specific now, let me take you to different angle. In your introduction, you will spend time in explaining the statement. What you will do broadly in introduction, you will be giving introduction, that is explanation, or you will be giving what? The insight regarding that particular topic. What exactly was that, or what exactly is that? That you will address where? In your parichayam, that is introduction. But when you go to the main body, your ultimate task in the main body is to cover all possible dimensions. That you should not do in your introduction. Rather, you should do the same in your main body. Okay. Ela chestaru, for example, COVID lessons. Okay. What are the lessons we have learned? Health infrastructure should be strengthened. Avuna? Okay. Yes. Accessibility and affordability were the issues. Avuna? Accessibility and affordability were the issues. Yes or no? With that, what are the other issues faced? Economic instability chusnama deshaladi. Yeah, witness no. Economic instability of the countries. With that. Transportation. We'll write. We have witnessed immunization and resistant power of the population, not just in India, but across the world also. Idi kuda manam chustunam. With that, what we have witnessed, yes, we can say ensure food security. That was also seen missing. Inkemayindi? Moral and ethical connect is seen missing. among the public, within the population also. We have witnessed that, no? The own mother was unable to touch the child. The own brother was unable to touch his own brother. Likewise, we have witnessed what? Moral and ethical connect was seen missing. Dinto patu. We have also witnessed something like during the COVID lessons, central and state governments relations we have seen, no? Center-state relations. Are they strong? Are they weak? We can write. Okay. With that, we have seen impact on other sectors also. Economy lo vacheste, but if we can write it separately. We have seen, witnessed the same problem on education, on employment, on transportation, on skill development, so on and so forth. They're all like different dimensions of economic issues that we have faced or we have witnessed. Yes. COVID health emergency. So we have amended the same rules, no? Disaster management rules, manam savaran chestam, amend chestam. Clear everyone? Hello. So they are the possible dimensions which you need to cover up. Most importantly, I would like to take you people into different picture now. Do not use a generalistic way of presentation. And అర్థమైందా? Have you people understood? The essay or your argument though by default it will be analytical only, but essay I am speaking about. It should not be generalistic. Ante, whenever I say or use the term called generalistic, you need to understand one thing. You should not write like everyone else. You should not write like a layman. Okay. If you ask some tea stall person or a book stall person also, he will give you the broad problems which we have witnessed. Avuna? COVID times lo neekemaindante, he will say all his problems. But when you write all your problems, it is generalistic. These are all not your problems. Did you face any problem with center-state relation? It's a broad approach. Ardhamainda? If Narendra Modi is not giving any fund to Andhra or Telangana, did you face any problem? Directly? No. Indirectly? Yes. So you are going with what approach? Not a generalistic approach, but a broad approach. And when you are writing an essay, when you are asked to write about lessons from COVID-19 you learned, you means it is not you. Like you, there are many you. You means here we need to read it at we. Are you getting? The lessons you learned ante meeku intlo em ibbandulu vachinayi, ఏ సమస్యలు వచ్చాయి అవి రాయొద్దు. Clear all of you? So always go for the broad approach. ఏం చెప్పినా నేను? In the introduction you will be giving the insights with regard to a particular topic. Then in the main body you will be covering all the possible dimensions. Then going to the conclusion, here you would be presenting certain suggestions or recommendations that change the picture of India. Are you getting? In the main body, you should not write like one nation, one ration card should be properly implemented. This is your opinion. This is your suggestion. Suggestions are always accepted in conclusion. And while you write the problems or the lessons we have learned, you should not take yourself right in a one-directional or by two-directional approach. Should go with a multi-directional approach. And then artham endante, whenever you write an essay, you should feel yourself you are neutral. Neutral you should feel. Neutral in what sense? Political, economical, societal, religious, caste, gender. While reading your answer, I should not feel you belong to this gender. Okay. Suppose you are given a topic to write about reservation, and you are started writing. In the recent Telangana government job notification, women are getting more seats or more jobs as compared to men. ఇది రాస్తే మిమ్మల్ని నేను రెండు దగ్గర పట్టుకుంటా. ఒకటి, ఐ విల్ నో వాట్ జెండర్ యూ బిలాంగ్ టు. సెకండ్, ఐ విల్ నో వాట్ స్టేట్ యూ బిలాంగ్ టు. అవునా కాదా? సో యూ షుడ్ బి వెరీ వెరీ కేర్ఫుల్ అబౌట్ దట్. The gender you should be careful. The region you belongs to. The religion you belongs to. Suppose you are asked to write about Ayodhya Ram Mandir. Clear? You should not write like a Hindu. You should not write like a Muslim. Rather, you should make a balanced stand. Clear all of you? You should not use the quotation of any BJP leader. Masidlan tobutamu shivam elte madi, shavam elte meedi. Atlan maatal rastara? Rayad. You should not be more aggressive. You should be aggressive in the words you use, in the lines you use, in the content you gather. Always do the brainstorming. Before you begin an essay, you should do the brainstorming. How do you do brainstorming? See, this is a very secret I'll share with you. Your entire 300 words should be replicated in a small box, maybe backside, maybe complete backside, maybe in the rough space that is allocated to you. The entire essay should be seen replicated there. Ante, even if suppose you forget something, clear? You will be taking the help from those boxes and you'll do that. Each and every essay, you'll be given a time. If you can divide the time that is allotted by UPSC, 4 essays you need to write out of the 6 given options. And each and every essay you can spend at least like how many minutes? 15 to 17 minutes you can spend. What I say is, 1 minute let it go. Where? Seeing everywhere. How they are writing, how your present friends are writing. Enkala mundala chustara? Chudadu. You will be spending that 1 minute in doing that box work. Okay na? After you do that box work, make sure the same box will be a flow diagram like this. Secret అర్థమైందా? ఆ బాక్స్లో మీరు ఏమేమి డైమెన్షన్స్ రాస్తారో, the same box will be your flow diagram. And while writing, you will add some more points. You will generate few more thoughts. That can definitely be possible. ఈ టూల్ అందరికి అర్థమైందా? కాలేదా? I hope it is clear to each and every one of you. So suggestions, what I said, where you should give the suggestions? Always suggestions should be given in the conclusion, not in the main body. Clear all of you? You should not write any kind of a suggestion, not just this title, any title. Suggestions are accepted only in the conclusion section. Clear? Okay, let me take your question paper once. Suppose you are given a title called Lessons We Learned. I think that is already addressed. Another title is given here, Role of Mahatma Gandhi in India's Freedom Struggle. This is an essay based on a personality. Okay. It's not a broad approach. Here the examiner have tried to ask from you the personality. Role of Mahatma Gandhi. When did Mahatma Gandhi came to India? 1915, that is January 9th. We observe it as Pravasa Bharatiya Divas. So whatever the history you write, you should write from 1915 only. If possible, you can also connect with the South Africa episode. 1915 nundi you should start writing. And the movements, Satyagraha, non-cooperation movement, his involvement in the round table conferences, whatever is there, you should be able to connect that. And one question on personality is damn sure. The reason is, this year we are observing Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. That is what we are going to observe immediately 7 days after your examination. You are writing on August 7th. Within a week, you will see 75th year of India's independence. Avuna? So definitely based on freedom struggle, or based on a personality, or based on any connect with the modern history, you will be getting a title. It was a trend followed till 2016-17. Till 2016-17 in your UPSC exam, they were asked about Sardar Patel, Jawaharlal Nehru, etc. etc. Likewise, the trend may repeat this year, because your UPSC Civil Services examination was held on June 5th. Yes, last week I suppose. And June 5th was an environmental day. So it is natural that the examiner will be expecting from you more and more amount of questions on environment as well as disaster management. Is this clear, everyone? So likewise, you should go in accordance with the dates, with the year, and with the timeline. Okay, na? So role of Mahatma Gandhi, I think you people can manage it on your own, because it's a part of your modern history, and you all would have been perfect in your modern history, and definitely role of Mahatma Gandhi as a personality is seen very, very important. Apart from Mahatma Gandhi, you may be also asked about Jawaharlal Nehru. Mahatma Gandhi important అయినప్పుడు Nehru obviously important కదా. Okay? You may be asked about Sardar Patel. Was already asked. Repeat avada. Okay? You may be asked about Sardar Patel. They have repeated. There are cases. Sardar Patel. Or you may be broadly asked role of freedom fighters. లేదంటే sacrifices of the freedom fighters. Role of freedom fighters or sacrifices of the freedom fighters. This can be a definite title. ఒకసారి రాయండి. 1947 to 2022. 1947 to 2022. 1947 to 2022. Keep it like this. Keep that semicolon. 1947 to 2022. A semicolon petti. India's achievements. India's achievements. India's achievements in economy. India's achievements in economy, or to make it more complicated, they may ask you India's achievements in science. Science. And the science and technology. It is not a part of your paper 1 syllabus. But definitely science and tech meeda ISRO achievements, they can be asked. Clear? The achievements of DRDO, they can be asked. Clear? Green revolution, definitely they can be asked. Okay. And one more trick I'll tell you. If you don't remember any points on economic progress, just make yourself deviate towards science and tech. Okay? Science and tech. Science and tech also why? We are investing. We are investing large sum. It's economy. అవునా కదా? PSLVకి, GSLVకి, మిసైల్స్కి, సూపర్ కంప్యూటర్కి we are investing more. And we have achieved that. Param is an achievement of India. Clear? PSLV is an achievement of India. Reusable launch vehicle is an achievement of India. Agni, Prithvi, Trishul, Nag, Akash is an achievement of India. So definitely you can deviate yourself. When you are missing with the points. If you are okay, if you are manageable with 300 words, absolutely no problem. కావాలని దారి మళ్లించద్దు. ఓకేనా? Need, necessity ఉంటే తప్ప. Okay? Got the point, everyone? So possible titles ఇట్లాంటివి రావచ్చు. So we are observing 75 years of independence, and definitely you may be expected a title in this context or in this connect. Next, same question was asked. When will India become a developed nation? When will India become a developed nation? Any thoughts, any ideas here? social is ensured. Okay. Inka. Fundamental rights are properly implemented. Okay. Inka. Okay, good. Okay, good. Inka. Yes, economic progress avali. Okay. Inka. Environmental protection and sustainable development. Good. Inka. Literacy rate in rural areas have to be increased. IMR, TFR, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ బాగా చేయాలి. ఓకే గుడ్. ఇంకా కమ్యూనల్ హార్మోనీ. వెరీ గుడ్. సి అగైన్ హియర్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇస్ యు ఆర్ దేర్ అవైలబుల్ విత్ ద మల్టిపుల్ పాయింట్స్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ వాట్ ఐ సపోజ్ ఇస్ యూ విల్ బి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఓవర్లోడెడ్, అంతే కదా, బికాస్ యూ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ మల్టిపుల్ థాట్స్ ఆన్ ద సేమ్ టాపిక్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, when we can ensure that India is a developed nation? Okay, first of all, the most important point you need to address here is population control. Okay, Janaba Niyantrana. This is the most important problem, right? We are having abundant population and we are earning more. India is the 5th largest economy in the world, but still we are relying or dependent on foreign countries. The reason being, we are increasing our revenue, simultaneously we are increasing our population also. Now, import dependency nundi, it should become export oriented economy. This shift has to be brought. Okay.
So we can consider UNDP Human Development Index.
Radham. With this, how India can become developed? When we go for proper skill development and increase literacy levels. Education అయితే వస్తుంది, but the problem is they are not having proper skills. That is the reason they are not having proper employment. Okay. Next, what we need to connect here is that India should maintain maintain the common relationship between agriculture, manufacturing and services sector. The coordination should be there, visible with that. India can become a developed country when we have environmental protection and disaster management is proper. Environmental protection and disaster management. దీన్నే మనం ఇక్కడ సస్టైనబుల్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కూడా రాయొచ్చు. ఓకే, విత్ దాట్ ఇండియా షుడ్ ఆల్సో పర్ఫార్మ్ వెల్ ఇన్ ఎకనామిక్ ఇండికేటర్స్ లైక్ HDI, లైక్ పవర్టీ ఇండెక్స్, హంగర్ ఇండెక్స్ అంటాం దాన్ని, క్లియర్, మల్టీ డైమెన్షనల్ పవర్టీ ఇండెక్స్ అంటాం. సో అలాంటి ఇండికేటర్స్లో విల్ హ్యావ్ టు పర్ఫార్మ్ వెల్. విత్ దట్ India should also become a destination for a product or a good or a service. India should become a destination for that. For example, if we are going for gadgets, we look for China, cheap gadgets. Likewise, here we need to promote what? Make in India, Startup India, Stand Up India. ఇలాంటి ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ అన్నీ కూడా వీల్ హ్యావ్ టు ప్రమోట్ ఇన్ అ ర్యాపిడ్ స్కేల్. ఓకే, దెన్ వీ కెన్ ఎన్ష్యూర్ ఆర్ వీ కెన్ కాల్ దట్ ఇండియా కెన్ బి అ డెవలప్డ్ నేషన్ ఆర్ ఇండియా కెన్ బి నోన్ యాజ్ అ డెవలప్డ్ కంట్రీ యాజ్ సచ్. క్లియర్ ఎవ్రీవన్? ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఐ విల్ సీ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. సేమ్ వన్ అండ్ ద సేమ్ లింక్తో ఈ టైటిల్ రాయొచ్చు మీరు. ఇండియాస్ రెస్పాన్స్ టు ద గ్లోబల్ ఫుడ్ క్రైసిస్ అంటారు. ఇండియాస్ రెస్పాన్స్ టు గ్లోబల్ ఫుడ్ క్రైసిస్. ఓకే, సో వీ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ టేక్ ద కేస్ స్టడీ హియర్ ఆఫ్ శ్రీలంక. హౌ ఇండియా రెస్పాండెడ్ టు శ్రీలంక. ఓకే, అవన్నీ రాయొచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ టైటిల్ సి రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్ ఆఫీసర్స్ ఇన్ ఆర్మ్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్. role of women officers in armed forces. This is the most expected title. This can definitely be asked in your examination. Clear? Role of women in armed forces. Leda representation of women in the armed forces. Any permutation and combination, the question can be demanded or asked. Clear? ఇక్కడ ఆర్మ్డ్ ఫోర్సెస్తో పాటు రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్ కెన్ బి ఆస్క్డ్ ఇన్ ఎకనామిక్ డెవలప్మెంట్. ఎకనామిక్ డెవలప్మెంట్, పాలిటిక్స్, ఎస్, పాలిటిక్స్ అండ్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ రాసుకోవచ్చు. రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్ ఇన్ పాలిటిక్స్ అండ్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. Right now the news are going on, like a woman from ST category may become the President of India. Clear, like Chhattisgarh governor may be given a position to become the President of India. So definitely that kind of a titles. Indira Gandhi is there, Sonia Gandhi is there. Clear, armed forces law, there is a huge representation of women which is visible right now, at least if not in a tridal, that is Army, Air Force and Navy, but definitely in Central Armed Police Forces. Okay na? So itlanti titles can also be definitely asked. Okay. So have you got any broad idea what has to be covered or how it has to be covered? Clear? Asalu, for example, in your examination, let us assume that you don't remember anything. A title ki sambandhinchi you don't know anything. Then simply address, and that will be your fourth title. Are you getting my idea? If you are bluffing, if you are writing something else, then that cannot be your first title, that will be your fourth title. You are trying to manipulate the examiner. Yes or no? So when you are in a process of manipulating, that should be done as a last title, fourth title, not your first, second and third. Naturally, since your first is good, second is good, third is good, examiner should be there in an opinion that your fourth title will also be good. అలాంటి ఒక టెక్నికాలిటీ మీరు తీసుకొని రాగలగాలి. With that, if you don't know anything, just remember 4W 1H principle. What, where, why, when plus H. How? Remember what principle? 4W plus 1H. What, where, why, when. H stands for how. If on a given title you are addressing all these components, then also your presentation is done. Clear all of you? Then also your presentation is seen completed. కానీ అది ఎప్పుడు ఇంకా ఆప్షన్ లేనప్పుడు, when there is no other option left, then you can go with that particular approach. A theme వేసుకుంటే definitely will generate certain points on the title. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. So approach for essay should be like this: your introduction, your main body and your conclusion. And dimensions cover చేసేది, it should be covered in the main body itself. Any doubts here? Do you have any doubts in this part? No doubts, I guess. Okay. After this, we will have to cover up your argument writing and also your report writing. Clear? Argument as well as your report writing. Okay. So we will take up that argument and report. Are we meeting tomorrow also? Is there any test or class tomorrow? Saturday we have. So on Saturday we will take up both argument as well as your report. Precise comprehension and grammar I will not be taking. Some other mentor will come and give you the insights regarding the argument, regarding precise, grammar and your comprehension. Any doubts so far? Therefore, since, hence. అట్లాంటి రాయొద్దు. The need of the hour is to implement. I भूल जाओ, forget about I.
They do things.
You are not I, you are we. Okay? Inka. Done everyone? Okay?
Sir, if they ask something like comment, so do we have to give introduction and all?
Mostly they won't ask.
Comment.
Comment, analyze, explain. They're all the keywords for answer writing, not for your essay writing. They may be giving you, but not in your main CAPF exam. Because if they are asked you to critically analyze, then they are asking an answer, not an essay. There is a difference, no, between answer and essay. No need of any introduction in an answer. No need of any conclusion in the answer. But there should be a proper flow maintained in your essay. Okay, na? Okay. Thank you all of you. Adi Panch.